always be prepared and train. Definitely for the heavier guys, get out there and work out.
Gun guys love to put our gear on, but I see some of y'all out there breathing heavy.
I noticed that too.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. My name is Nick. You've seen me on this thing before. And we want to do something new today. This is our first time doing it. I got a special guest here with me. This is our first interview on We the People TV. And we may be doing a couple of things like this in the near future, so stay tuned. I have a special guest with me. This guy has tons of energy. We have a lot in common when it comes to this fitness thing. You see, the boy got his guns out.
Absolutely.
With that being said, my main man, Ralph, introduce yourself, brother.
Thank you, Nick. I appreciate that, man. So, yeah, guys, my name is Raphael Gun, for those who don't know me. I'm a personal fitness trainer. I'm an actor as well. I'm a model. I'm working on the way to being a gun instructor. So, yeah, that's just a little bit about me and what I have going on.
Gotcha. And we're going to drop his social media accounts down in the links below, so you'll see that as well. You got a YouTube too, don't you?
Yes, I have a YouTube.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if you guys go to Mr. Gun TV, you guys can access all the videos and exclusive videos that I do, talking about different trainings, different weapons that I use, different weapons and scenarios that may happen and occur on a daily lifetime.
Yeah. He's a gun guy. The craziest part about it, and I just learned this 3 seconds ago, his last name is Gun.
Last name is Gun. Everybody be so fascinated about my last name, man. So when it comes to my brands and everything, I always incorporate gun. When it comes to the personal training, Machine Gun Fitness, LLC. When it comes to my gun channel, of course, that's Mr. Gun TV. When it comes to my name in general, Raphael Gun, I'm a brand itself. When it comes to the modeling, so everything is incorporated in.
He had to have a gun. It was destined.
It was.
Yeah, you hit on a couple good things, and one of the things I told you that we were going to talk about is fitness when it comes to this firearm industry, and I think that's something that me and him probably share in common. As you can see, we're pretty fit guys, so understand where we're coming from. With that being said, kind of give me your take on how fitness has played a role, also being involved in guns, teaching, being in shape.
It plays a big role. I tell people all the time, when I go out and I buy my gear, such as a bulletproof vest, and we all know the weight when it comes to stuff like that. I'm not just buying things just to have in the closet, and if something was to happen now, it's time to use it. I'm actually using this on the daily. I go on a treadmill and I run with my bulletproof vest, so I can get the feel of the actual weight. You know, a lot of people don't go to the range enough to actually train with their equipment. So when it comes down to fitness, you have to be fully equipped with the stamina. You have to be fully equipped with just the agility, the mobility, just everything. You have to have the visual standpoints of if anything was to happen. And fitness, and it comes in play. It comes in place when you need to run, or just in general, just anything. So I always tell people, you don't have to be a gym rat, but at least do something, you know, whether it comes to push-ups, whether it's just walking, whether it's just riding a bike. Get physical, get mobile, and just start doing something so that way you can ultimately feel better.
Right. And you guys see me post a lot, if you go to my Instagram, that your body is the number one tool.
Absolutely.
And so I know that we, as gun guys, love to, put our gear on, but I see some of y'all out there breathing heavy.
I noticed that too.
And as we've been out there, and so we'll shoot together pretty often. And you'll notice the difference with hour one. Now these shots starts to fall a little differently.
Man.
If you're not in shape.
If you're not in shape.
You said,
yes, sir.
You're running your gear. And so I guess give me some background as to, even with shooting and the stamina and being fit, how do you think that affects your ability?
It affects your ability definitely a lot. Because like I say, the weight that you're having with the bulletproof vest itself and the magazines that you're having inside and other things that you put on there, it's going to affect you regardless. And let's just say if you're a heavier guy, let's just say if you're over 200 pounds, you definitely going to have more of a lot of weight to carry and to have to run and do a little bit more stuff versus myself, which is a more shorter, smaller frame type of individual. So for me, it'll be a little bit more easier versus somebody that's a little bit more heavier. So definitely for the heavier guys, get out there and work out. get out there and run, do something, so that way you can just be mobile and you can be, you know, agile when it comes to certain things, when it comes to moving with the weapon, holding the weapon itself. You know, all that is draining. Right. You know, when your adrenaline is running, when at the heat of the moment, all that is coming into play. People can get exhausted just of the thought of something that's going to happen. They don't even realize that. They just think it's so much physical, but it can also be mental as well. Right. So that's why I suggest and always tell people to train with whatever gear that you are purchasing. Don't just have it on the side and then you want to use it when it's time to use it, and then when it's time to use it,
that makes sense.
You don't have all the energy to be able to maintain.
Right. That makes sense. And we say that because on this channel we talk a lot about being prepared and situational awareness. And so, and God forbid any of this ever happens to anybody, but the stress of a situation is what we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
And so mentally, physically, because it's just not physically, you have to be mentally fit as well. The stress of a situation is really going to test your body and your ability to perform. And so if you go to his channel, you'll see what it looks like. My man is in the hottest
man. Let me tell you this. Because we have a disclaimer. A lot of people, when they see me on my channel, guys, they be thinking that I have baby oil on. Let's go ahead and clarify and get this disclaimer out. Guys, that is not baby oil. That is literally sweat. Yeah. Sweat, determination, and just being out there and wanting to actually train and wanting to get better. I'm going to be straight up honest with you guys. I was never as good of a shooter as I am now. And I always have different kinks and things that I can get better at. But I can definitely say that I have came a long way. I have came far when it comes to learning how to shoot, when it comes to recoil management, when it comes to learning how to shoot on the move. All those key factors come into play when you are defending yourself. So I would definitely say with training, you can get better, but you cannot just have a weapon and then think you're going to be miraculously and just have those type of skill sets without actually putting in the work. So yeah, I would definitely say that for sure.
And so you kind of hit on a point I wanted to talk about as well. And the first point was fitness. And I preach that as well. He preaches that as well. You'll see that on his channel as well. He's in better shape than I am.
Oh man.
What are those events that you run? What are those called?
The events when it comes to the drills and so forth?
Nah, like when you do those like that, the running, the fitness,
the Spartan. So guys, when it comes to that, talk about that. The Spartan race, I did my first one. It was a 10K race, guys. It was my first one. So I'm 33 years old. Just had a birthday, by the way, August 28th. Birthday, so I'm 33 years old. So within my age group from 30 to 34, I came in 24th place, and I believe this was out of, if I'm not mistaken, 400, about 400 to 500 people. First time though. This is my first time. Guys, when I tell you it's all about the determination, for me, I have the mindset that I cannot be outworked and I cannot be beat. Regardless on how big, how tall, how strong a person is, that's always going to be my mindset. And that should be anybody's mindset when it's going into either competing. It could be a friendly competition. I don't have any type of animosity when I'm going off, when I'm doing challenges or doing these type of races. I just know what I can bring to the table, and I know I'm very competitive, and I just know what I can do. And man, when I say I came in at 21st place, and it felt so good because it was my first one, 10K. You got to understand, you're doing 25 obstacles, and you have to run 10K. Like that's a lot.
That's big.
That's
time.
a lot.
Yeah.
That is a lot,
That's
and I did it, and I did it in a sufficient amount of time. And I was very proud of myself. When it came to the pull up, you had guys who was like waiting, trying to strategize how they gonna do it. Moved them out the way, started going up, not even using my legs. No kidding. Didn't even use my legs, straight arms. And stuff like that is what I mean by the confidence, the training that I've already been doing, because it's muscle memory. You know, sometimes you don't have to train and work out every day, but if you have that mindset of the working out and you have the concept of certain type of workouts, your body will have a muscle memory and remember things. Yeah, for sure.
That's right. Because and most of you guys know this, and ladies as well, to get better with this gun industry, it's repetition. It's a lot of reps, whether you are shooting a gun out in the field, doing competition, it's a lot of reps. Now, you also do security.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
Kind of give me your insight as you're doing security. Is this armed security?
And this is armed security, yes, sir. So I did armed as
Tell us about that.
So I did private security. I'm not going to name the individuals just for security purposes and so forth, NDAs. But yeah, I did private security for at least about 2 different profile clients, and you literally have to be on guard. Guys, the main thing that I would always suggest as well is, even if you have a weapon, even if you know how to use a weapon, of course, always keep in the back of your mind to always diffuse the situation. Don't ever have to just feel like you have to just because you know how to use it or you're in that authority to use it to want to use it. Right. You have to understand every action has a reaction, right? With that being said, as soon as you pull that weapon out, as soon as you fire that weapon, just know that it's going to be a consequences depending on what scenario of the situation and what happened. Right. So when it comes to security, man, it's a tough job because you're making life decisions that can ultimately, you know, end your life. Meaning, basically, if you was to do something that wasn't in the necessary threat of that individual, now it's conducive and it's harming you, and now you have to go through all the legals and legalities and so forth like that. Versus on a flip side, of course, if you was to have to take somebody out because you was having to defend yourself and not defend the client that you also are protecting as well, you know, you have to think about that too. Right. You know, so security is definitely a tough. I would say we have a tough job when it comes to protecting and making sure that our client is safe as well. But you just have to be cautious. Always remember to diffuse the situation. But if it does come to that moment where you have to actually use your firearm, just make sure you cover all grounds on actually if your life was threatened, if your client life was threatened, and so forth. So that way you can just eliminate any type of technicalities as far as you being the opposer, aggressor versus them.
Now, and we're all into guns for different reasons. I love the competition style of shooting, the sport of shooting, and so some people are very tactical. Even, you know, some of my teammates with We the People are very tactical people. Yes, sir. Now, have you shot any competitions yet?
I haven't. I want to. That's the next step that I want to do is shoot competition. So I train for it, but I have not actually shot in a competition.
Gotcha. Yeah, we gotta get you.
Yeah, I'm ready for it, man. You let me know. Listen, I'm ready for it, man. You bring me out there. I'm ready for it. That Canik TTI combat is gonna always be there for sure.
Y'all hear that?
Canik TTI combat. You got another
Canik
brother.
Fans.
Yes, sir. I seen your last interview, and as soon as you was talking about the first option of a choice of weapon that you should get, and Canik would definitely be mine. So I definitely agree cold-heartedly for sure.
And so. And not that we are sponsored by Canik.
Right.
Canik has anything to do with this, but I preach Canik because of, again, what you get when you buy that gun, the complete package of what you get. But why do you like Canik?
For me, it's okay. So for me, competition wise, firsthand, the trigger. Let's just go ahead and talk. Man, that trigger is so flat. The trigger is just so responsive when you just even get off of the reset. And I just feel like competition wise, just getting on speed wise, that Canik TTI combat trigger, in general, all Canik triggers, you know, I feel like are definitely out the box coming out, are great triggers. Right. But just Canik TTI, just with the serrations of the aesthetic of the firearm, I would say the grip as well, the aggressive texture with that, because you have certain people who have sweaty palms, right? When you're going outside, and let's just say you are out there for a long duration of time, you will have sweaty palms. So that grip texture that they have is just so aggressive, and it stays firm to your hand, and it's just hard for you to miss as well, too. You know, it's very hard for you to miss. If you miss, you just, I don't know, definitely to go back to the range and get more training, because that Canik TTI is just so, you know, it's hard for you to miss, man. It's just everything about it is just so perfect about it. So,
I preach Canik, but
I do too.
So, and let's talk a little bit more about how do you feel like your training, because we train in the same place, in various different places, but how do you feel like your training has played a part in just your overall day-to-day? I'm walking down the street, I feel secure, my confidence, I also work security at times.
Yes, sir.
Give me some perspective on how do you feel like your training has played a part in that confidence or even skill level?
Okay. So definitely, I feel like my training has played a part, and only because when I was training before, I was only training indoors. Now, when you training indoors, you're just standing still and you're just shooting at a target, right?
How did you find Ryan?
Well, I found
Barnesville,
Ryan through Draco Wick.
Okay,
Shout out to Draco Wick, man, good friend of mine.
Yeah.
And he reached out to me and told me, hey, man, we have a new location that I would like you to come out. We've been looking for an outdoor range for the longest.
Yeah.
You know, whenever I'm always on YouTube, I'm seeing other gun tubers and I'm seeing them shoot outdoors. So it was something I always wanted to do. So training inside versus training outdoors, it's a difference. When you're just standing still shooting at a target versus on the move and actually moving, and you have your adrenaline going, you know?
Right.
And not only your adrenaline, now you're testing your stimulant. That's where the fitness come into play.
Right.
When you're standing still, what fitness is into play if you're just standing still shooting?
Right.
But when you're on the move and shooting, it's a little bit different, right? So now you get to actually see where you are when it comes to, if I can do this when it comes to shooting here. Now you got to go through a window. Now, boom, you know not to go too far out.
Right.
You know, you can't do certain things indoor versus outdoor. So when it comes to the training and as far as my daily life, it definitely helped me when I'm home. And I do this occasionally. Sometimes I'll clear my house. I'll close every door in my house.
I just made a video on that.
I would have TVs on as if somebody is in the home, right?
Yeah.
And I'll start from my garage, turn off everything so that way I can start doing my lights. And I would clear each room, clearing corners, figuring out which way I should do, which way I shouldn't do.
Right.
And so that's what comes to play with the training outdoors. Now it's having me to do CQB inside of my home now. So that way, if an intruder or somebody that was coming to threaten to take my life, I would know exactly how to maneuver. And also, even my son, you know, I have a 9-year-old son, and you know, I teach him different things. He already knows when it's an intruder. He knows to go into the closet. He knows to go into a safe area. And now I'm gonna go to work and I'm gonna perform and make sure that I take care and make sure I protect him and nothing don't happen to him as well. So even with your children, you know, make sure you guys go through everything, even with the home. If something was to happen, I feel like when things happen, we don't be prepared because we think it's never going to happen to us. Right. And we don't know what can happen to us. We have to stop living this unbelievable truth of thinking that, you know, the police are going to run to your defense right then and there. Right. Sometimes it may take a little longer for them to get to you. So what are you going to do within that act? And you have to, of course, do everything within legal grounds, of course, but still at the same time, just always be prepared and train.
It's the what if. And
absolutely.
Most gun guys are what if people. That's why we buy so much extra equipment.
Absolutely. I know, and they laugh at us. They laugh at us for that, you know.
Yeah. Let's be real.
Okay.
Some of it is not necessary.
Let's go through it. Let's talk about what are some things.
Right. Some of it is not necessary.
Okay.
And I say that because, I mean, for you work security.
Yes, sir.
And so having a vest is necessary.
Yes, sir.
And I have a vest too. And so do not get it twisted. Yeah. I am the what if guy too. So I have all that stuff.
Okay.
And that's why I realize some of it's not necessary, because if an intruder breaks into where I live now, and I live in the city, I can't even get to my vest in time.
That's true.
As to where it is.
Okay.
And it's going to happen so quickly. That's not what's going. 99% of the time when you see unfortunate violence and gun interactions, you're never with all that equipment.
That's true.
Ever.
That's true.
And so it's great to have if your job indicates or requires that type of thing. By all means, you should train in it. Yours does. You should train in it.
Yes, sir.
But even down to your holster, 99% of the time, you're not carrying that gun on your side.
That is true.
And a lot of people practice like that. You're not going to hear beep and coming up and firing.
That's true.
It's going to come from your concealed weapon, and it's going to be 5 feet in front of you.
That is true.
That gun light's not going to come into play. Your red dot probably not even going to come into play.
I see what you're saying. That is true.
That's why I say that.
So do you feel with the training that we're doing outdoors with that, do you feel like it's even equipped to a daily average life?
No, because your daily average life, you don't went to work. You don't went to maybe a corporate office somewhere. Okay. You don't went to the gym somewhere.
Right.
None of that
we're doing is going to be coming into play. No beef, none of that. None of that. Okay.
You sitting there 5 o'clock traffic, that vest, those 6 rifles with the lights and lasers not on
None of that is going to come into play. You can't even grab all those.
You can't even grab them. What the scenario where that comes into play, and God forbid it ever happens, is something like we're talking about world-ending national disaster type of situation. Okay. Now, where you should be prepared for one.
Okay.
It's not something that could easily happen. Okay. You know what I mean? You can't see Katrina happening.
Right. That's true.
You can't see some of these things that go on in our economics happening.
Right.
And so where you should be prepared, how much practice do you put into it? I mean,
that's a legit. I mean, you are right.
Yeah.
You are right. We training and have these type of accessories and things like such as that. And you're right. What all will we be able to bring at the time of need or the incident of that scene?
How many guns you bringing with you? And we got tons of them. How many you bringing with you?
That's why I stopped buying so many.
Yeah,
I'm only training and practicing with the few that I have. I feel like, and I'm gonna say this.
Yeah.
You shall only definitely have the 3 mandatory weapons.
There you go.
Handgun for carry concealment, 12 gauge for home defense, and an AR-15, if not, of course, an AK-47 for a national disaster. It should only be those 3. Anything else is more so, to me, I feel like you just, collecting, I would say.
Right.
Now, what was you going to say? I know you made an expression.
Yeah.
What was you going to say?
Hey, we jumping all over the place with this, but I like where this is going.
Okay, yes,
I like
sir.
where this is going.
Yes, sir.
One of my guys, the boss man, Shelton, said 12 gauge for home defense.
Okay.
I said, who the hell is clearing the house with a 12 gauge?
Okay, so let's go through the scenario.
Where's your 12 gauge at in a home invasion? Where is it?
On the side of the bed.
That's crazy. Where you live?
What? Now, are we speaking of like bad area wise? I'm in a good area. I'm in a good area, so I'm in a good.
Where do you
see,
live?
but see, so this is where I have the problem with though.
Oh, hey, hold on, before you.
Yes, sir.
I'm gonna tell you why I said.
Okay.
Why?
Okay.
Most shotguns, the mag capacity is limited.
It's 4.
And I have one.
Okay.
I love it.
Yes,
I have one. I have an AR style shotgun.
Okay.
I think I have a 10-round clip.
Okay.
That's about it.
Would you say that a 12 gauge would not be efficient to scare off? Because hearing just the sound of just a pump itself, if it's a pump action or whatever you have, you would think that whoever is trying to intrude and come in would definitely have enough common sense to be like, okay, yeah, I don't want to go out this way.
If they're not high on crack.
Right. So what choice of weapon would you use if you wouldn't use a 12 gauge, if you don't mind me asking?
99% of the time, you're going down there with your handgun.
So that's what you, okay.
You going?
That is, okay. You wouldn't say both? You would just only say 9 out of 10?
Both?
Yeah. No, meaning like you wouldn't either take the 12 gauge versus the handgun. You would only take
12 gauge to me is now you're really dealing with something in your house and they're not leaving.
Okay. So that's what be the 12.
Because again, let's be real. The sound of gunfire, people are running.
Right.
Even your biggest crackheads.
That's true.
They're running.
Right.
They're not running to the sound.
They're running.
Even if you were to let one go in your roof, you just give a warning shot. They're running.
They're running regardless.
But that's going to be the quickest one that you could grab, maneuver, load, reload.
Okay.
When you get that shotgun out there with four
only rounds.
4 rounds in it.
Right.
And somebody comes in there with the trigger that's letting off
with a switch or something. Yeah, they have something like that.
You gonna have that shotgun, you're gonna be like, damn. Let me go get my other.
And it's too late. It's too late. I see what you're saying. You made a valid point on it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I agree with the 3.
Yes, sir.
A handgun, a shotgun, and a rifle.
Okay.
Just not in the order you set them.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And let's out of all the times that we've been out there training, how many times we done brought that shotgun out?
Never.
People don't even train
Never.
with it.
You right. Because I guess to them it's a point just because it's
my home defense gun. I'm gonna leave it at home beside my hopefully not beside your bed. But
right.
right. And so that's why I encourage people as we talk about training, we talk about different types of guns.
Yes, sir.
Get something that you can maneuver, use as a woman, something that you can really manipulate that slide with that has a decent amount of round capacity.
Okay.
Statistically, women, if they're ever firing a gun in a situation like that, they typically unload the clip.
Really?
Statistically, they unload the clip.
Unload the clip.
They unload the clip. Yeah. So you need more than 4.
Interesting.
Now let's think about people's stature.
Right.
We're pretty fit.
Now we're talking about big people. Okay, here we go.
We're pretty fit guys.
Right.
You can handle a shotgun. Say somebody's 5'2", 135.
Okay.
Where you going?
Where you going? Yeah, okay, right.
First round, you can be like, I'm you know what?
I'm still here. Yeah, right.
Maybe I need to go with the intruder.
Right. Right.
Where you going with?
Where you going with that? Right. Okay, I see where you going. That makes sense.
So again, get something that you can maneuver and use efficiently. Yeah.
So definitely handgun for a home invasion situation.
Yeah.
Okay.
Could you live in the city or where do you live?
So I live more so like on the outskirts. Yeah, so I'm not in the city, so I'm more outskirts wise.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. And so even with like people have ARs for their home defense.
That is ridiculous. We can get on that if you want to, but that is.
Well, you tell me why you think it's ridiculous.
Well, for one, a high velocity weapon like that and using that in a home invasion situation, AR or AK, those rounds are penetrating through walls.
Right.
They are penetrating through walls.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you an incident that I had.
And before you do that,
yes,
you can talk about this.
Thank you. Maybe not. Okay, so never mind. Never
think
mind.
about the details.
Got you. Okay.
No, talk about it.
Okay.
Just be careful with the details.
Okay, so
we'll keep you protected, brother.
Got you. Copy that. Yeah. So basically, we're not even gonna talk about it, Dad. Yeah. So basically, I would just always refrain when it comes to using a high-powered weapon like that to not use that, only because it is going through walls and it's penetrating through walls. So it's like now you're hitting next door neighbors. Now you're going through houses, so a handgun definitely for sure. I know a 12 gauge. I know you said it's finicky because of the ammo and how many that you're holding. But those would be the two preference for me for sure. But no, I would never use AR-15 or something like inside of a home. Yeah. Now I understand if you're talking about going out or if it's multiple threats, but once it's at that point, the intruder is leaving. Yeah. So you don't have no grounds to try to make a threat to somebody that's not threatening you once they're leaving. So I wouldn't see no need of using that, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Shout out to Sheldon
Shout out to
Sheldon. He said 12 gauge.
Okay, but that's my man. Shout out to Sheldon. My man.
He said 12 gauge. I said, boy, where you going with that?
Oh, man.
This going to be the last point we talk about.
Yes, sir.
Because social media and guns, YouTube and guns is a touchy situation.
Yes, sir.
And people make it look various different ways. Okay. There's the sport of it. You professionally train for a reason, and so it looks different for everybody.
Yes, sir.
What do you think about social media and guns and what you see? Because we've met a lot of people. We met through this.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And we got him on the show. One, because he has amazing energy. He's responsible. You can tell he's disciplined.
Yes, sir.
What's your take on social media, gun community, your whole feel on it?
I don't like certain things that I see because it put a bash on the rest of the good guys who are doing good when it comes to the gun community, when it comes to safety, because safety is the biggest thing, and I don't see a lot of safety when it comes to seeing these things on YouTube. I'm seeing a lot of clickbait. I'm seeing a lot of people just doing videos for likes and stuff like that. I'm not really seeing them actually do the training and so forth. So I feel like when it comes to that, we have to get to a point where we actually are taking it serious, and we're not just doing it because it's just fun to do, but because it's something that's serious. It's something that can take a life. It's something that can end a life, and it's something that can potentially protect and save your life, protect your life. So at the end of the day, we have to get to a common ground where it comes to taking it serious as far as putting things, and everything shouldn't be online as well.
Right.
Everything should be online. That's another thing we have to get to too. I feel like nowadays we all want to post things, and that's good. That's fine. But not everything has to be posted. Some things and some training should be kept sacred, you know? So when it comes to certain platforms and certain things that I have been seeing on social media when it comes to our gun platform, you have the good and you have the bad. And that's going to be in anything that we have in life. Yeah. I just guess you're just going to have that. The only thing that we can do is spread out good, positive notions when it comes to firearms, discipline, make sure that we're structured. You see one, you do one. So, I feel like, it'll probably progress and come along to probably being more responsible and so forth like that.
Gotcha. And I echo the same thing. You have to continuously try to educate and put out the most positive energies you possibly can with this gun culture. because it is some great training in it. There's some great people in it. Like my man right here,
Absolutely.
Ralph, Mr. Gun.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Mr.
sir.
Gun. It's
Mr.
some
Gun.
right. It's some great. You can have some great times. I love the sport of it. Me and Colin and my other teammate Fred, and probably Shelton as well. We're probably going to get a little bit more into some survival-like training.
Okay.
And I'm going to share that with you because
Yes, sir.
we got some stuff we want to do coming up.
Okay.
And so put your skills to the test.
Okay.
And the only way to test these things out is through time, through training. And so, and we preach about this on We the People all the time, is put your skills to the test. And so this has been an amazing, funny conversation.
Yes, sir.
And so I can't tell you enough again. We appreciate all the interaction. Please reach out to this brother on Instagram.
Thank you.
What's your Instagram again?
Instagram is going to be Mr. Gun TV, and YouTube platform is going to be Mr. Gun TV as well. And if you guys want to DM me for any type of questions or anything like that, you can DM me on my email, gun, GUNN _ Ralph, RALPH @yahoo.com.
Nice. We're gonna keep having conversations like this. This is our very first interview on We the People TV, and so we appreciate you guys tuning in. Who knows who we'll have on here next? And if we're gonna keep talking about the gun culture, training, safety, preparedness, and so we appreciate everybody sharing their thoughts, commenting below when this comes out, and we'll see you on the next one.
Absolutely.
Until the next episode.
All right, guys. So I'm going to say one thing, man. I just want to appreciate you guys. I want to appreciate and shout out We the People, man. Yes. I love what you guys are doing, man. You guys are doing phenomenal things for the community and spreading the notion and spreading the wisdom when it comes to gun knowledge, and most important, for our younger generation. So I just want to shout out you, Shelton, Colin, and the rest of the team for what you guys are doing. And it was a pleasure to be on this platform today.
I appreciate that, man.
Yes, sir.
See y'all on the next one.